truth live from where they create. Sylvia speaks, no filter, no buffer. Courtroom drama couldn't get any tougher.
When the gavel's first bang, to the witness turns tears. Sylvia's lens captures all your hopes and fears. Uploading justice one trial at a time. Tuning every moment, edges sublime.
Welcome to the Sylvia Show, oh yeah. She's got the inside scoop, don't you care? With every verdict, the suspense does grow. So hit subscribe, let's start the show. Welcome to the Sylvia Show, oh yeah. She's got the inside scoop, don't you care? With every verdict, the suspense does grow. So hit subscribe, let's start the show. Faces tell stories, the courtroom can't hide. Sylvia's insights cut through the divide. From jury talks to the lawyer's secret. In Sylvia's world, you know you'll need it. Behind the scenes where whispers are loud, her lens reveals the truth in the crowd. Courtroom secrets laid bare to see. Stay curious with Sylvia Spree. Every objection, every sharp retort, Sylvia's there to give you the report. Exclusive footage no one else can snag. From catchy headlines straight to the tag. Welcome to the Sylvia Show, oh yeah. She's got the inside scoop, don't you care? With every verdict, the suspense does grow. So hit subscribe, let's start the show. Welcome to the Sylvia Show, oh yeah. She's got the inside scoop, don't you care? With every verdict, the suspense does grow. So hit subscribe, let's start the show.
Faces tell.
Hey guys, I'm back. Hey everybody. All right, listen. I am going to play the I'm gonna put this clipping on the side here so you guys can see. Okay, hold on a second. Kobe, be quiet. Kobe getting on my nerve, y'all. Oh, sorry, I'm getting a little bit worn out here. Hold on a second. Kobe's getting on my nerve. Kobe, could you be quiet, please? Okay, y'all, we're gonna okay, what's that? I was gonna try to get the beginning of Josh's testimony, but let's go ahead and start right here. Let's start right there. Hold on a second, let's see. Let's get in here and do this. Hey, Kelly. All right, let's do it. Let's do this.
I'll allow you all to argue tonight before making such a ruling.
So again, it's my burden, so I'll make the argument. Judge, we've heard from the medical examiner who testified that the bullet came in one shot, one projectile. Bullet entered up at the top of the chest and broke through two ribs in a straight line. Was at a downward angle. And that gentleman was 6 feet 2 inches, 300 pounds.
6 feet 2 inches and 300 pounds, and Josh is 165 pounds at the time, and he was 5'9". So the guy that came in he felt he came in to go do some harm. Hold on a second. I was going to try to pull up. Hold on a second. I was trying to come in and pull up the. One second. Let me pull up. I'm going to pull up the it wasn't ready. the video of the hold on a second. Okay, this is when he begins his testimony right here. I'm going to play that one. Hold on, let me stop this one. Let me stop that one so I can pull up this one. I'll pull up this one.
The defense calls Joshua Terrell Guy.
You solemnly swear or affirm that the testimony you give before on the matter now pending with the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God.
Can y'all hear it?
All right, is that green light on the microphone?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, now, that's what we need, okay, what you just did, so that we can hear you, okay?
Okay.
Mr. Guy, can you please state your full, true, correct name for the record?
Joshua Terrell Guy.
I want to take you back to October of 2023, all right? Can you tell the court what your living arrangements were back then?
I paid $150 for a room that was pre-furnished. I would just be staying there for a temporary time until I was get a house. I had found,
a minute. I'll be right back.
I had spoken with the landlord. The house was located on Pearl Road in Austell, and I was pretty much stacking my money so that I can pay the 2 months rent up front and deposit fee and things. So I was only staying at the residence for part-time.
Mr. Guy, if I, just to get some clarification, the address that you said, was that Pat Mel Road?
Yes,
Pat Mel? Did you say Pat Mel or Pear Road?
oh, for the house that I was looking for, it was on Pearl Road in Austell.
Where were you living though where were you living, not the house that you were looking for?
I was living currently in Atlanta, and then I moved to the address on Pat Mill for a closer direction to my job.
Okay, and is that address 929 Pat Mel Road?
Yes,
Is that here in Cobb County?
yes,
Is that the home where he was paying the $150?
yes.
Thank you, Honor. Do you recall exactly how long you lived at 929 Pat Mel?
I can't really recall the direct time frame, but roughly around maybe 6 months.
Were you employed at that time?
Yes,
Where were you employed?
I was at Wade Ford. I was over the mobile mechanic, so had great employment.
And where is Wade Ford?
It's on South Cobb Drive, roughly maybe 3 miles away from the house that Pat Mill. The reason why I moved there so I could be closer. Didn't want to be late, things of those natures.
So, if I heard you correctly on direct examination, you stated that you paid $150 per month to rent this room at 929 Pat Mel Road.
Yes.
And who was the landlord at the time of?
Okay, I'm going to answer some questions. Some of you guys have some questions. You're asking if this is a bench trial. No, this is not a bench trial. This is an immunity hearing. Okay, this is what happened. He is charged with malice murder. Malice murder is like one of the highest type of crime that you can have. Malice meaning that you have some like anger, some viciousness, and some planning, that type of, it's malice, like you know. So he's trying to get immunity from this case being malice. He's trying to have it more of self-defense than malice. Malice means that you intended to go after this person. You intended to inflict harm on this person, and you have some vendetta against this person or some, malice. So this immunity hearing is to have him to be immune to getting malice. That's like, when somebody immunity is like they can't be charged for something, right? So this is what this is like, trying to get them not to get charged for malice. Exactly, Miss Torres. Exactly. But let's listen to this. Let's listen to what happened.
Your Honor, the state calls, or the defense calls Joshua Jarrell Guy.
Mr. Guy, can you raise your right hand?
For the house that I was looking for, it was on Peril Road in Austell.
Where were you living though before you?
Hold on.
Where were you living at that time?
Yes,
Where were you employed?
I was at Wade Ford. I was over the mobile mechanic. So I had a great employment.
And where is Wade Ford?
It's on Southcott Drive, roughly maybe 3 miles away from the house that had the mail. The reason why I moved there so I could be closer. Didn't want to be late, things of those natures.
So, if I heard you correctly on direct examination, you stated that you paid $150 per month to rent this room at 929 Patton.
Miss Green Eyes, thank you for the Cash App. Thank you, Miss Green Eyes.
Yes,
And who was the landlord at the time of your residence there?
Brian Veltrop. We just called him Brian.
Have you met Mr. Veltro?
Okay, remember the person came into his house at 4:00 in the morning. And he's going to explain everything that happens, okay?
Before you moved in there?
Yes, that's how I was able to know about the room that was available for rent.
How did you meet Mr. Veltron?
He was at a local store unpacking something, and I helped to unload it. And, conversation started.
The evidence looked like it's not malice murder. That's what it looked like to me, not malice murder. Thank you, Tall Glass. Tall Glass reminded me to put my watermark on. Thank you, Tall Glass. I appreciate that. Thanks, Tall Glass.
He told me, hey, I rent rooms out. And I said, hey, I might be available. I might be interested in that. So I ended up taking him up on his offer at a later point, and I moved in because the price was very reasonable.
Did you have a lease?
There was pretty much a verbal agreement. There was no paperwork signed because of the low amount of rent. I think he didn't really mind just having a verbal agreement, and the fact that I had sustainable income and I was working. I think he took it very interested, and I paid him up front for my room.
Can you just, and now I want you to describe 929 Patnell Court to the judge. Is this a house or an apartment?
It is a house.
And where is it? What's the nearest major landmark?
Dobbins Air Force Base.
Dobbins Air Force Base?
Yes.
Okay, I forgot to tell you that before he testified, the forensics, the doctor, what do you call it? The one that examiner, she says there was one bullet, and the bullet was shot in the like the chest. It was going down, and it stayed inside the body, right? So when he shot down, and he's going to give it in his testimony. He shot down. First, he did a warning shot, and then he shot the guy, because the guy lunged at him. Okay. Allegedly.
If I'm saying,
If you could just have the microphone just a little bit, thank you.
all right.
All right, so it was near Dobbins Air Force Base?
Yes, ma'am.
How many rooms were at this house?
Roughly about 4 rooms.
Were they all occupied when you were living there?
Yes.
Who, to the best of your recollection, I know this is 2.5 years ago, who lived there at the time other than yourself?
Me, Leonardo, Mr. The owner, of course, and Leonardo's sister, I believe. We were all occupants of the rooms.
Okay. And did everyone rent their own room?
Yes.
Can you describe the part of the home you rented?
The part of the house that I rented, it was pre-furnished and had its own bathroom available. It wasn't open for public use, it was just from my room. I had altogether, I think 4 doors. One door led to that back door. Another door led to the conjoining of the room, the master bedroom, which was Brian's, but it stayed closed for privacy reasons and under the circumstances I was staying in there. There was another door that was adjoining for a hallway towards the kitchen that could close. And then there's another door that led to the garage that I had a key to that it could lock.
You mentioned that your room had a bathroom. Did anyone else have access to that bathroom?
No,
So if anyone wanted to come into your room, did they have to knock on the door first?
yes,
Did you have keys that could lock and unlock the doors?
I could unlock and lock the door that I used to enter into my room, which was through the garage.
Okay. Did you share this space with anybody?
No, this was my own divine space unless I had company.
Can you describe the layout of the room? You said it was pre-furnished. Was there a bed, a couch, things like that?
There was a mattress and I don't know how to put it in perspective. In a studio apartment, you would have like curtains that would like branch off for different rooms or something of that nature. So there was a curtain that would kind of branch off or keep privacy for the bedding area. And then there was 2 couches, my TV, my Xbox, PS5, things of that nature. Upon walking past the couches is my bathroom and a closet.
Just a moment. Your Honor, by stipulation, the defendant moves to admit defendant's exhibits 2 through 10.
Any objection?
No objection, Judge.
All right, defendants 2 through 10 are admitted without objection.
Your Honor, may I approach the witness?
Yes.
Okay, I can't show the exhibit, that's why I moved to the side.
I'm showing you what is defendant's exhibit.
I'm not allowed to show the exhibit.
Can you tell the court what that is?
That is the door leading from the kitchen into my room. When that door is closed, it becomes a dead end into a pantry, as you can see in the picture. But when it's open, when I'm at home, when I allow people in, it'll enter into my bedroom. But as you can see, it's closed.
Counsel, I do apologize. I'm unable to see what photos you're using on that.
Defendant's exhibit 9.
I know it's gonna be complicated. Is there any way you can use the Elmo just so I can see what he's describing it?
Sure, absolutely.
And these are exhibits, so, you know.
Okay, she reminded me about no exhibits. So I can't show the exhibit, so I'm moving away from.
You guys permission to publish, Your Honor?
Yes, you may publish.
I'm putting it against the wall so I don't show the exhibits. So they've shown exhibits of the home and the layout of the home. or where he stayed at. This is where the intruder supposedly came.
Showing you what's marked as Defendant's Exhibit 9. Can you describe to the court what that is?
That is the door leading into my bedroom, but when it's closed, it becomes a dead end into the pantry that you can currently see. And unless I'm there when it's open, you're allowed to enter, but as you can see, it's closed.
On the other side of that door is your bedroom.
Yes.
Mr. Guy, this is Defendant's Exhibit 6. Can you please describe what we're looking at here?
You're currently looking at my bedroom, not in its natural habitat, but it looks like it's been disturbed, but that's my bedroom.
Is that after you've walked through the door shown in the previous exhibit?
Correct. You're currently standing right when you walk through the door.
And I see a gray sheet hanging in the back. What's that?
That'd be my bed. That's the curtain that I explained of branching off as the bed. And then you have the couch in the living area. So
Why did you hang a curtain?
for privacy use. So extra privacy use while being in my room.
Would you describe this as kind of a studio apartment?
Of course, yeah.
And you hung that sheet up as a room divider in a way.
Right. And that's what I actually bought it as, a room divider.
I'm showing you what's marked as Defendant's Exhibit 4. Can you tell the court what we're looking at there?
You currently see my bed in the back. You see the room divider disturbed. It's not currently up the way it should, but that's my bed and the room divider.
No, I'm showing you what's marked as Defendant's Exhibit 5. What are we looking back? What are we looking at here?
You're still currently in my room. That is, if you have your back to my bed, you're looking at the back door, the bathroom door, which you can see in the back that's open, and the door that on the other side of that china cabinet is the door that you just visited, where you would come in from the pantry.
So that gray 6-panel door back there, that leads to the bathroom.
Yes, that's the bathroom. That's my private bathroom.
And you can't, it's hard to see, but to the right of that appears to be another door. Where does that door go?
That is the backyard where the dogs are.
That's an exterior door.
Sorry, I just wanna make sure I get it.
Absolutely.
Is that over in the corner there, the second door?
Yes, I'm referring to this door right there.
And that leads where?
To the backyard.
It's a closer up version. I'm showing you what's marked as Defendant's Exhibit 8. See what are we looking at here? What is this?
This is my living quarters. Pretty much that's my couch and my table facing towards my TV. Off to the right hand side is where my bed you just see.
And did Mr. Velchuk provide this furniture to you when you moved in?
Yes.
All right, we're listening to immunity hearing for
Can you describe this picture,
Dr.
Mr. Guy?
Guy.
Yes, we're looking into my bathroom. That's my bathroom in my room.
In that, we talked about that gray 6-panel door we saw earlier. Is that door right there?
Correct.
Okay, and that was your bathroom?
Yes.
Nobody else had access to it?
No, not without permission.
And is the rest of the house a pretty standard house with bedrooms and a kitchen, things like that?
Yes.
And the kitchen was a shared space?
Yes. As we will call it the common area.
I saw a lot of doors here. Can you tell the court what maybe your habit and your routine was in the evening, closing up your room?
Upon me coming home from work, I would come in, if there were doors open, I would let them shut them, because sometimes when I leave, my door might be ajar, because it's right there by the pantry, somebody might attack it or something of that nature. But other than that, I'll make sure all my doors are closed, because like I said before, I enter and exit through the garage where my lock and key, because that was my designated door to enter into my room, my Adobe, so I didn't need to use that door. But if that door was pushed or touched or shoved, I would shut it firmly, close it, lock it, and that's it. And, proceed to my downtime of taking a shower, things of that nature.
Did you typically make it known to the other tenants that you were going to bed and closing up?
Of course,
All right, I want to talk about October 13th and 14th of 2023, okay? Do you recall if you went to work on the date of October 13th, 2023?
Yes, I did.
What time do you usually get up and go to work?
Around like 6:30, 6:45.
And how do you get there?
I either get in my car or my truck.
What time did you get off work that day?
Roughly around 7. I usually work around anywhere from a 9 to 10 hour shift.
And after you got off work, what'd you do?
I can't really recall exactly what I did. It's been so long, but I think vaguely I remember just getting off work, grabbing something to eat, just checking in on people.
Did you go to dinner with anybody?
I did actually step up with one of mine as a coworker. I also operate a box truck company, so he's a co-partner and my coworker in it. We stepped out and got something to eat. I can't recall the time exactly when we stepped out. I do know I returned home around maybe like 3 o'clock.
Did you come home first to 929 Nelly before going out to leave?
I believe so. I'm not exactly sure.
Is that your typical routine to come home after work and possibly change clothes?
Oh, yes, yeah. So I believe more than anything, I probably came home, things of that nature, showered.
When you came home from work that day, do you recall who was at the house?
My coworker, the truck driver, the usual band of people, because it's a rooming house, so there's a lot of different faces. I don't really, associate with them. If it wasn't my brother.
And Mr. Ross, you can find a good stopping point. on that.
This is fine, good. We can take this up after lunch.
All right, so, made it home around 3 o'clock, is that AM?
Yeah.
PM?
At night, yeah.
Early in the morning?
Yeah, 3 in the morning.
I'm okay breaking right here, Judge.
All right. Let's go ahead and break for lunch, we'll take an hour and come back at 2.
Thank you.
All right, then we went off to lunch, and then we came back to his continued testimony. Let me just go ahead and close this one out and then bring up the other one. Just 1 second, y'all. Just a second. Uh-oh, where is it at? I uploaded another one. I don't know where it's at. Just bear with me a second, y'all. I thought I just uploaded one. Where did it go? Sorry, y'all. Just bear with me a second. Hold on a second, let me put it up. My bad, y'all. Hold on.
The joint to the master bedroom, which is used to, the owner, Brian's. And once that light came in, I was able to see the front of them, which was more startling because I did not know this individual at all.
That you had you ever seen this person before in your life?
I've never seen this guy.
Do you know how he got to 929 Pat Mel?
I was so asleep. I didn't even have on anything.
He wasn't there when you came back with Leonardo?
No,
So you don't even know what time he got there?
no,
This might be a silly question, but you didn't know what his purpose was for being there?
no,
And he definitely didn't live at Pat Mel?
no,
Did you have any idea who allowed him inside the house?
no.
And you said that other people came rushing in when they heard the commotion between you and this individual. Did you know any of those people?
No,
Did you ask him to leave your room?
multiple times.
And did he refuse?
Yes.
How did he refuse? How do you know he refused? And if you need to use explicit language, that's fine.
Yeah, I was going to ask that. Upon me asking him to leave my room, he directly said, F you, the N-word, and I'll kill you, faggot.
So he called you a racial slur
Yes,
and a homophobic slur
yes,
and said the F word to you.
yes,
So I assume you weren't being too nice to him as he was a stranger in your bedroom and you wanted him to get out. Is that correct?
yes,
And did you feel that he had now escalated the situation?
of course.
During this time, where was your firearm? You said you had grabbed it. Where'd you put it?
It was still on my hip.
By on your hip, do you mean in your waistband?
Yes,
Okay, so you weren't brandishing it.
no,
How tall are you, Mr.? How tall were you at the time, Mr. Guy?
I'm roughly around like 5'10",
Okay, how much did you weigh back then?
anywhere from 165 to 170.
Okay. Was this guy bigger than you?
Yeah, very much.
Okay. Were you concerned that you wouldn't be able to take him on if he became aggressive?
Yeah,
The court, I know this, but the court doesn't know this. At the time, were you in a wheelchair,
no,
as you are right now?
no, I was not.
So you had the use of both of your legs then?
Yes,
At any point, did any of the tenants come rushing into the room?
yes, Leonardo rushed in.
What did Leonardo do?
He immediately tried to de-escalate the situation by telling the dude, hey, this is his room. This is, you're not allowed to be in here. This is where he pays. This is not part of where you
asking the guy to leave?
Yes,
Okay, so both of you now were telling him to leave.
yeah.
Was he leaving?
No, he was verbally still, launching threats, constantly cussing, he didn't seem like somebody that cared about anything that we were saying.
Did you notice if he had any kind of weapon?
I seen him grabbing at his waistband. I couldn't directly see, but it looked like he had like a handle. And from my recollections of knowing people that grab at their waistband are not grabbing for, just for fun.
What was the lighting like at this time? You said there was some light coming in through another room. Was it still pretty dark in there?
Yeah, it's still pretty dark.
So you couldn't see everything about this guy.
No,
At any point, did you draw your firearm?
no, not at that moment.
Okay, when did you draw your firearm?
At that moment, once my roommate came in, I assisted to put the dogs outside. So as you can see in the pictures we showed earlier, I had to walk around the couch and I pushed the dogs out the door to get them at bay because they're going crazy.
So if this is Defendant's Exhibit 8. Sorry, thank you. So, is your testimony that you walked around the couch towards that back corner door to the exterior to put the dogs outside?
Yes,
And where, after you did that, where was Leonardo and the unknown gentleman?
standing at the door that enters from the kitchen, so they're in that door pretty well.
That glass swinging door that we saw?
Right.
In Defendant's Exhibit 9, they were next to that door?
Yes,
So now you've put the dogs outside and have turned around.
right.
Then what happens?
At that moment, more people are exiting through Mr. Beltrop's room door, I guess because of the commotion. And seeing as they couldn't get in through the door that Leonardo was holding, Mr. Smith at bay, I guess they decided to go through Mr. Beltrop's room. And at that time, we're standing in that breezeway, right there between the couch, that would prevent me from going back towards my bed or anything.
So you were blocked in that area right there.
Correct.
And the other people, were they kind of standing right around this coffee table?
They were standing right around the corner of that chair, looking at the situation occur.
Okay. And I think you testified earlier, but just to clarify, you did not know who those people were.
No,
Okay, so you've turned around, these people were by the arm of the chair. Then what happens?
at that time, Leonardo and Mr. Smith, they're having pretty much a shoving match because at this point, I guess he reached for his waistband again, and Leonardo's like, look, this is enough. You need to get out of here. They start having a shoving match. At this point, I'm still standing by my back to the back door. I can't go back towards my bed where my actual door that I use to get in and out the house. They're standing in front of that door, so I'm pretty much blocked in. I'm in that little box.
Was the unknown man, was he shouting anything at you still?
Yes, but he wasn't physically worried about Leonardo. He was really just trying to get around him because he was like pretty much constantly saying the F word, F you, nigga, things of those natures.
Describe Leonardo's size-wise as compared to you and the unknown individual.
I would say Leonardo's around like maybe 185, 190, 6 foot.
Okay, so a little taller than you, but shorter than the unknown man.
Yes.
What happened next? While they're having the shoving match, then what happens?
I'm constantly still telling repeatedly, leave, get out of my bedroom, leave, get out of my bedroom, you can't be in here. You know, I'm frustrated because he's constantly cussing at me, calling me out my name. I haven't did anything to this individual. I don't know who this man is. I don't understand the circumstances.
At this point, is this when you drew your firearm?
No, it was at the moment where he decided to, like I said, him and Leonardo was having a shoving match. They're going back and forth. And I guess they're like this. And I'm like, hey, this is your last warning. And the next is going to be, you know, literally your warning shot. By me stating this, I pulled my firearm out. I did not point it. It was just in my hand, pointing down at my side. At this time, he's constantly still no recollection of what I was saying. I guess he's just like, whatever. You know, after you're not gonna do nothing. You faggot, I'll kill you. All these things. At that time, literally, I pointed at the ground and said, "This is your warning shot." I guess at that moment, that's when he shoved Leonardo towards the warning shot. That's why Leonardo caught a bullet in the foot.
So you actually fired a warning shot into the ground?
Yes.
Did you intend to strike Leonardo with it?
No,
That was an accident.
that was totally an accident. I guess he noticed that by me saying this is your warning shot, because he shoved Leonardo right into the bullet trajectory.
Did you have any reason to shoot Leonardo?
No, Leonardo was, quite frankly, I feel like Leonardo saved my life. You know, him being there when I didn't know anybody, you know, he was the only face and the only one that I really genuinely talked to at the house.
After you accidentally shot Leonardo, what happened?
Upon me shooting Leonardo, he shoves Leonardo out the way and goes down into a launch towards me.
When you say a launch, or you think, would that mean he like lowered his shoulder?
Yeah, he squatted down like a football type squat, like lunging at me.
Like how someone might want to try to sack a quarterback.
Correct. Yeah.
So now Leonardo's on the ground after having been shot, correct?
Correct.
So now there's nothing between you and this man.
No.
This man that you've never seen before,
No.
who's much bigger than you.
Yes.
And he lunges at you. What'd you do?
At that moment, I lift my gun and I fired one shot just to, you know, put him at bay. I didn't want him to grab hold of me or harm me. I'm really at this moment in time, I'm in fear for my life. I'm afraid. I don't know what he's doing. Like I said, he was grabbing at his hand. What caused Leonardo and them to have a shoving match in the beginning because of him doing that. And I didn't know what he was going to do. I didn't want to wait to find out if he was going to harm me or if he was going to, you know, disarm me, take my gun or anything, shoot me with it. You know, I didn't want that to happen. And I feared for my life.
So you had just watched this man be aggressive with your roommate physically.
Correct.
And now he was coming for you.
Correct.
And you fired one shot?
One shot.
And after you fired the shot, what happened to this man? Did he fall down? Did he stumble backwards?
He fell down face first and I left.
Okay. But we'll get to that in just a second. Okay. So about how many people would you guess were at that house in that room? Or in the room at that time? You, the unknown man, Leonardo, how many other people?
Maybe four other individuals just watching.
And you did not know those 400
No.
individuals? How many of them were male, how many of them were female?
I think maybe 2 and 2, or maybe 3 and 1, male, 2 males, three males, 1 female.
Now, were you concerned that if this man had been able to tackle you and get on top of you, he would have been able to seriously injure you?
Yes, of course.
All right, so you said that you got out of there. What do you mean you got out of there?
Like I said, I was in fear for my life. Never had been in a situation like that before.
Were you worried about someone retaliating against you, one of these unknown individuals?
Yes, most definitely. That's why I didn't stick around. I literally dropped my gun and ran.
You dropped your gun
Yes.
right where you were standing.
As soon as the fire went off, I dropped it and bolted out the room because at that moment the door was available and open for me to go through.
How did you exit the house? Through which door?
Through the front door.
And how did you get out of this room?
I went out through the glass door that's adjoining to the kitchen that leads to the front door.
That swinging kind of door.
Correct.
And you went out the front of the house.
Yes.
And after you got out the front of the house, did you see anyone out there?
I seen my driver, Joe, and I spoke with him and he was asking like, what's going on? And I said, I don't know, this dude just came in here and tried to literally attack me, hurt me. And I told him that, and he said, hey, you might want to get out of here. There's a lot of people like him,
So you hopped in the car and left?
I hopped in the car, but I was looking for my phone to, notify and call someone, and I noticed that I didn't have my phone. So I briefly turned around towards the door and went through the door and tried to see if I dropped my phone at the front of the door or anything like that. I really got the feeling that my phone was in plain view without me going back in my room, and I didn't want to, stay there any longer. I got out of there. I just turned back around and bolted back out the door because I didn't know if they had picked up my gun or they had guns or they were coming to retaliate as was against it.
Did you, so after you left the property, where'd you go?
I drove, I don't even remember exactly. I just remember driving and getting away from there, trying to make sure I wasn't being followed. And then I left and went to my godmom's house
And where's your godmom live?
in Atlanta.
Why'd you choose your godmom's house?
I didn't have a phone, so I couldn't call anyone. So a place of safe haven that I knew that I could, tell what was going on was somewhere I knew how to get there without GPS, and that was my godmom's house.
Obviously, even though you believe you were defending yourself, at any point,
I did. I actually went to my old attorney, Mr. Lane. His wife still practices by the post office. I don't know the exact road, but up the street from here in Cobb County, the post office, Mr. Lane's office. I went there briefly to try to seek, legal counsel so that when I turn myself in, that I could have representation and go about things.
so you just wanted to do this properly.
Correct.
Were you concerned about returning to 929 Patnell Road at any point?
Yes.
Why?
Seeing as I was in my vehicle, I didn't want to return to somewhere where somebody was waiting for me. I didn't know the extent of what had really happened until my incarceration. I didn't even know Leonardo had got, I didn't know that Mr. Hernandez had died,
So let me ask you this. Initially, when you got woken up that night, you were irritated about the dogs being in the house, but then your focus quickly switched to this, what appeared to be an intruder.
Correct.
Okay. And you were able to put the dogs back outside, so they became of no concern to you. Is that right?
Judge, at this time, gonna object to leaving. That night, were you in fear of your life?
Yes,
Is that why you felt you had to shoot Mr. Hernandez?
yes.
Nothing further, Judge. Thank you.
All right, Mr. McDowell.
Yes, Judge. May I have a brief?
All right, let's go to the next one. Hold on, y'all. We're just doing his testimonies. Hold on, y'all. He's getting ready to show the exhibits again, so I move it to the wall. So
Good afternoon, Mr. Guy. My name is Travis McDowell. I'm an attorney for the state. I just have a few follow-up questions for you, okay? All right, you stated that you were staying at 929 Patnell Road,
Yes,
correct? And you paid $150 for the room, is that correct?
yes.
None of that was in writing, though?
No.
You're saying that was just an oral agreement, that you could stay there for that amount of money? Okay. And that was temporary until you found your own place? And you were staying there for about 6 months?
Roughly.
Okay.
You're trailing off again, Mr. Guy.
I'm sorry.
Now, I'd like to actually back up a little bit prior to this incident. You weren't staying there alone, were you?
I had a girlfriend, but majority of the time I was there alone.
What's your girlfriend's name?
Mary Raper.
And you and Miss Raper actually got into a pretty big altercation prior to this, correct?
Disagreement, yes.
And it was over her cheating?
No,
It wasn't over infidelity?
no.
You guys had a situation there at the house where she was actually arrested.
you see how they're trying to act like it must have been some guy that his girlfriend was seeing. You see, he said, just listen, y'all.
Right?
So,
Okay. And you were the victim in that case, is that correct?
I don't understand about that, because I wasn't anywhere around that.
You weren't around when she got arrested?
No, I was arrested.
You were arrested the day prior to this?
Not prior to this, you're trying to understand regulations.
Were you present when Ms. Raper was arrested for that house?
I was arrested from that house, and Mary Raper wasn't arrested.
When were you arrested from that, prior to this?
Maybe a week or so, maybe more.
So it's your testimony that nothing occurred the day prior? Or let's say the 48 hours prior to that, where she was arrested?
If she was arrested, they had nothing to do with me, I wasn't present.
Mr. Guy, you're gonna have to speak up and speak clearly. You'll start clearly and then you'll just kind of mumble. I can't hear that.
I'm sorry.
You don't have to be sorry, just be aware of it, okay?
Would you agree, that there was an altercation between you and Ms. Raper at some point prior to this incident?
A disagreement, honestly, that,
Fair to say you were upset.
not at the present time, no.
You weren't in a mad state of mind.
No,
Mad state of mind, really?
How long you known Leon before this? I'm sorry, Leonardo.
I didn't know him prior to moving in, so
How long had you known him in moving in? Let me rephrase this. How long had you known him total prior to this incident?
6 months.
6 months, okay. Did you also go by Leon?
I don't know.
You don't know? Okay, I'll try to refer to him as Leonardo. But if I say Leon, I might slip, and I'll try to correct myself. All right, you stated that you rented that entire room and that it wasn't for public use?
Correct.
That was just yours? And it wasn't a shared space at all?
Correct.
Now, you stated on this day, you came home, showered, coworker was at the house, and the usual band of people. Who's the usual band of people?
The occupants of the house,
And what's their names?
Leonardo, his sister, and Leonardo and his sister, and the owner of the house.
His sister's name Tiffany,
I believe so.
and Brian's the owner of the house.
I'm sorry.
Brian was the owner of the house.
Correct.
Do you have any company?
If he did, I wasn't of knowledge.
So your testimony is the only people that lived there was Leon, Tiffany, Brian, and yourself?
Correct.
Now, math is not my strong suit, but I believe that's four total people who live in that house?
Including me, yes.
Okay. All right. So the night, let's just get right to it and go to the night of the shooting. You were in that living room area, right? Where we showed the pictures of it? Showing you what's marked as.
Okay, see, I keep moving it over. Showing exhibits.
You testified that that was your sleeping space.
The room is the whole,
But your actual bed is behind that tent?
yeah,
And this whole room belonged to you?
Correct.
Through a rental agreement?
correct.
Okay. Everything in that room was yours?
The furniture, no, and other assortments like mirrors and duffel bags and things of that nature, but
Perfect time for a commercial. Let's do a Diddy commercial.
Need a truck? Skip the hassle. At DiddyTruck.com, we make truck rentals affordable, fast, and easy.
At that Diddy Truck, we simplify transportation. We connect you with trusted rental trucks tailored to your needs. Without the stress or hidden requirements. No fleet ownership, no moving help. Just dependable truck rentals. Yo. Compare, choose, save. Tired of switching between rental websites. DiddyTruck.com, they're the only platform that lets you compare prices from multiple truck rental providers side by side, so you always get the best deal by seeing all your options in one place. You can save time and up to 30% or more on your rental. Smart renting starts here.
We provide that access to clean, well-maintained trucks, suitable for short or long-term use. Whether you're relocating, transporting goods, or making deliveries, we got a rental solution that works for you. And good news, insurance is not required to rent.
And the super chat. Thank you.
for the most part, everything you see, the dog cage, all those things are fine.
Showing you, that's 6. That's kind of a photo backed up. So there's quite a bit of stuff in the foreground here. Suitcase, clothes, there's quite a bit of stuff in the background. You're saying all that's yours?
No, as I just stated, that there was furniture and suitcases and other assortments that were just thrown around. but they weren't, somebody used, it was just the owner had left it.
You know whose stuff it was?
The owner is, I don't know.
I'm showing you D9. You testified that that was the door from the pantryway, the main area of your living room?
No, that's the main door for entry into my bedroom.
From the pantry?
Yeah.
Doesn't have a lock on it?
No, at night I just put a block to lock it in, and I put my sign up. They pretty much know when my lights are out there, and that door is shut. I'm in for the night.
You put a block that night?
Yes.
I'm showing you what's marked as defense exhibit 5. Again, I'm seeing quite a bit of stuff. Your testimony, and correct me if I'm wrong, is that most of this is the owner's stuff.
Yes, just a bunch of stuff that he just left. He doesn't. At no time in the 6 months of me staying there did he come and use it, touch it, any of those things. It was just stuff that I allowed to stay in the room as an agreement of the fair price on rent.
Okay. Was Leon ever in that room?
If I invited him in.
Invited him in? Okay. So, this area, is that where the glass door is?
Correct.
And if you go out this way, for the record, I'm gesturing to the left of the photograph on D5. If I go that way, that goes into the kitchen and the pantry?
Correct.
Okay. And this door right here, that goes to the backyard?
Correct.
Okay. And this is your your bathroom, right?
Yes.
And you referred to the space between this door and this back door as the breezeway, right?
No.
You didn't refer to this area as the breezeway?
No.
What area was the breezeway?
The breezeway is on the other side of my door, which is in the pantry to go
Yeah,
out.
so the pantry is the breezeway?
No, the other side of my door in the pantry, when I close my door, that's a dead end. You can't come, there's no breezeway. Because where you're stating is a breezeway is in my room.
You testified that he was standing in the breezeway.
Right,
And
which
I'm
is
trying to understand where is the breezeway?
on
The breezeway is not here?
no, the breezeway is standing in the doorway of the pantry. When my door is open, he's standing in the breezeway.
He's standing in the door frame?
No, he's standing, I don't know how to because you don't have a good enough picture, but if you show the other picture you just showed, you can see, because on that picture, you can't see where he's standing at.
Okay, so I'm going back to defense exhibit 9. All right, are you able to pick out a breezeway from that?
If you open that door and stand inside, you can see that he's right there. So once you open my door, like he's standing in between the door, like the opening of my door.
So I'm going back to defense 5. So essentially the breezeway is like right here, because that's where the door is.
Yes.
All right. Reporter, are you getting me okay when I'm walking around? All right, so you testified earlier that when you awoke, you saw one silhouette in the room. Is that what I'm understanding?
Correct.
Nobody else, just one silhouette? And that silhouette was standing in the breezeway? And at the point you got up from all the noise, just help my confusion. Did you see the dogs first, or did you see the silhouette first?
I seen the dogs and him at the same time because they're in the same general area.
Where were the dogs in relation to Silhouette?
One of the dogs, which is the King Corso, was standing, quite frankly, kind of like directly in front of him, but like not in front of him, off to the side. So like I could see the dog and I could see him.
Going back to D5, would it be fair to say if the Silhouette that you testified to was in this area on the breezeway,
Right.
would it be fair to say that the dog was in this area in front of him?
Correct.
And just one dog?
No, that's the one. There's all three dogs were in there, but at that time I could see the tallest one, which is the King Corso.
And you weren't able to see the other two dogs?
Not at the moment, but I knew they were in there because you could hear all the commotion.
Okay. But you only knew that they were in there because of the commotion? You didn't see the actual other two dogs, correct?
Yeah.
Okay. So you testified that when you got up and told him to leave, he called you the N-word?
When I first got up and said something to him, I couldn't understand what he said. I didn't recall what he said exactly.
Was he speaking English?
Yes.
Okay, but you couldn't understand what he was saying?
No.
And it was only the one Silhouette, one person in the room at that point?
Correct.
Okay. So what did you say to him?
I said, get out.
And what did he say to you back?
At the time, I told you, I couldn't hear exactly what he said at that time. That's when I got up.
Going back to 5, when you first said something to him, are you able to identify on this picture where you were standing, or was it off frame?
I'm still by my bed.
You're still by your bed? Going to D4. So you're standing in this area, and your gun is on your hip, you testified to, right? Okay. And when he didn't leave, at some point you go to the back door, so how do you pass it?
At that time, I didn't pass him because by me saying get out, that alerted other individuals to come in, and that's when the argument.
Okay, so how did you get to the back door that you testified to on direct examination?
I went to the back door once upon Leonardo coming in and, trying to de-escalate the situation.
Okay. So you would have passed through
Right there.
this area,
Correct.
and the big man, Silhouette, is standing here, correct?
No, he's standing still in between right there.
He's still right there?
And Leonardo's standing, trying to de-escalate, talking to him. At this moment, I'm, thinking that this is going to be resolved, de-escalate.
Where is Leonardo standing? So at this point, I just want to make it clear, you're back at the church, the Silhouette's in the breezeway. Leonardo is where?
Standing in front of him.
Standing right here?
I would say right there. You've got to be moving to the wall.
Tell me when to stop.
No, the other way. He's right there.
Okay, so you've got the Silhouette right here, the big guy.
Correct.
You've got Leonardo right here. You've got a big King Corso down here. Is this all correct? Okay, and at some point you walk from your tent on D4 through this area, past them, and then go outside and put the dogs out?
I don't go outside. I just got the dogs out the door and
You go
shut.
to the outside door to put the dogs out?
I'm sorry.
You go to the outside door,
Yeah, I
which
just,
is right here.
correct.
And were you able to get all 3 dogs out at that point?
Yeah, they all went out.
So as you're getting the dogs out, you've still got your gun on your hip?
Correct.
And describe, is it in a holster?
No, it's just on my hip.
Are you holding it to your hip, or explain to the court how it's on your hip?
It's just in my waistband.
Okay. Is the handle poking out?
Yeah.
And have you already announced that you've had a gun or anything like that?
No, I mean, you can clearly see it. It's on my waistband. It wasn't concealed. It wasn't covered up.
What were you wearing?
I can't vaguely remember. It's been years. I can't remember exactly what I was wearing.
How do you normally sleep? I know that's a personal question.
Yeah, I mean, I would sleep with shorts on.
Shorts on?
Shirt.
Like basketball shorts, boxer shorts?
It varies. You know.
What about shirt?
Sometimes.
T-shirt?
It,
Pajamas?
it just depends if it was hot, cold. You know.
But you don't recall that night what you were wearing?
No, it's been.
Would it have been anything other than some type of shorts?
Like I said, it's been too long. I can't really.
Okay. All right, so you turn back around at the back door, and the big guy, he hasn't moved at all? He's still in the breezeway?
He's still standing there. They're having. At this time, Leonardo's addressing him, letting him know, hey, this is his room. This is not supposed to be in here. Things of that nature, trying to de-escalate the situation. Excuse me.
And so what are you doing at this point while he's doing that? Are you still standing at the back door?
I'm still standing there. I'm still telling him, you know, it's time for you to go, leave.
Was there anybody in between you and that door?
And my back door?
Yeah.
No.
So at what point did Leonardo then turn back? I'm sorry. At what point did you then raise the gun after Leonardo and the silhouette were talking?
Well, at this moment, he's no longer a silhouette. He, like I said before, earlier, the door to the joint room had opened already. Light was in, and other people had filled out into that walkway that you showed on the picture. So there was no way for me to get back to my bed or to exit out the door that I used to enter into my room.
You stated on direct that you wouldn't be able to take him if he became aggressive.
No.
Did you see any gun in his hand?
And I see him reaching at his waistband.
Did you see a knife on him?
Like I said, I couldn't, but I just seen a handle
And where was the handle?
on his waistband.
Okay. Where on the waistband? Was it right here, for the record? I'm gesturing in front of me on the waistband.
Yeah.
He was in front of him,
Yeah,
and he was reaching down.
correct.
Okay.
That's what caused the chain reaction of Leonardo starting to shove him back, telling him that's enough, you need to leave.
When you raised the gun, approximately how much time between when you raised the gun to when you claim the guy pushed Leonardo into you?
I say, well, to clarify, I didn't raise it. I literally aimed at the ground because I was firing a warning shot. And at that time, that's when he pushed him into the warning shot. So from me pointing at the ground to him, that's probably maybe roughly 2 seconds, 2 to 5 seconds.
So you had the gun brandished for 2 to 5 seconds. Now, when I see brandished, your own words were pointed at the ground, correct?
Mhm.
For 2 to 5 seconds. And then he pushed Leonardo,
In between
I'm sorry.
in between me lifting the gun, I already had stated, I said that this is your last verbal warning. The next will be, a warning shot. Upon me saying that, I brandished the gun and fired. So roughly around 2 seconds to 5 seconds.
And at that exact moment is when Leonardo's foot just happened to be underneath.
No, at that exact moment, that's when he shoved him, because I had already alerted him that I was going to, do a warning shot, and I think he took the initiative to shove him into him.
Now, when he shoved him into him, did he use one hand or two hands?
I'm not sure. I just know that they were already in a football kind of stance. They're shoving back and forth. So under my request, that he probably used too, and was trying to, you know.
So at this point, when he's in a football stance, is he reaching for his waistband?
He's shoving him out the way so that he can, you know, grab. Because at this point, like I said, the reason Leonardo intervened is because he reached at his waistband. So I think the whole point of why Leonardo intervened was to prevent him from getting what he had on his waistband on.
Well, now I'm confused because it's my understanding that at this point, Leonardo shot in the foot. And it was your testimony that he then got into a football stance, which, I mean, I suppose it'd be kind of like 3-point stance, sort of like that?
No.
No?
He's in they're shoving back and forth. Leonardo gets shot, he shoves him out the way and lunges at me.
So, the big guy shoves Leonardo out of the way after he's shot and then lunges at you?
Correct.
Okay. But he doesn't reach in his waistband?
You can possibly do it in the same motion,
Well, I'm
but
not asking what he could possibly do, I'm asking what he did.
well, I'm not trying at that moment. I'm in fear for my life. I'm not trying to watch his motion. He's lunging at me at this point, so I'm not trying to see where his hands are going. I'm trying to prevent him from attacking me and you know, causing me severe harm.
So you cannot testify that he pulled a gun on you in that moment, is that correct?
At that time, I was shooting my gun.
Can you testify if he pulled a gun on you before you shot him?
He was lunging at me.
Yes or no?
Like I said, he was lunging at me, so I can't see his hands if he's leaned over. You see what I'm saying?
So if you can't see his hands, and my question is, did you see a gun? What is your answer?
I did see a gun previously. Like I said, I seen the handle on his waistband, but you're asking
I
me
feel like
physically,
the
did I
attorney
see
never
him
objected, y'all.
in the moment of him lunging at me? I couldn't see his hands because he's kneeled down.
Where are you standing when you fire the first shot?
In the back, right there.
Right there? This area?
Correct.
And he's still in the breezeway?
No, he's lunging at me.
He's lunging at you, okay. So he's lunging at you. When you fire the first shot, he's right here, correct?
No,
No. He's closer to you?
he's lunging.
No, I'm talking the first shot.
The first shot, yes, he's standing there, and I said, "Hey, this is your warning."
Okay.
Warning shot. As I shoot, he shoves Leonardo into the exact moment, and he
So he
catches
shows
it.
Leonardo. Leonardo flies
No,
all the way over here?
no.
No? Tell me what happened.
He's shoving Leonardo. They're having a shoving match at that exact time. And I know if you ever seen wrestling, and somebody's having a shoving match, they're not getting thrown away. They're just back and forth. So at the exact time when I'm firing my first weapon, he just so happens to be backstepping into the trajectory of the bullet.
So Leon backstepped all the way from here where he was standing, all the way to here where you were?
No,
Because you testified that the gun was pointed down, right?
correct.
So if the gun is pointed down and you're standing in this area,
Yeah,
correct me if I'm wrong, but he would have to travel from here to here, is that correct?
no, because if the gun's pointed down at the floor, all he would have to do is step back.
He would take a step back from here to here.
No, a step back to a normal step back. If the gun's pointed in a downward trajectory, that's how he got hit. Remember, I'm
Your
standing.
testimony is that from here to here is only one step back?
No, what I'm saying is I'm standing at the back. I'm pointing my gun down. I'm not gonna point it at my foot, you know. So that's why I pointed it like this at the ground. It's not up. That's how he was able to get hit in the foot, because if it was up, he would have got hit in the leg, torso, anything of that nature.
Okay, so you're saying the gun was slightly angled out this way?
Correct.
Okay. So when you shot him, he immediately fell down, correct?
Correct.
And you actually went over him to go out the front door, correct?
No, I didn't go over him. When he fell down, I sidestepped and ran out. I dropped my gun, dropped it, and I left.
And at the time of the shooting, I know you testified earlier that just prior to that, no one was in between you and the back door. But at the time of the shooting, was there now anyone between you and the back door?
No,
So instead of going out the back door where it was a straight shot, you went out the front door around the victim and around Leon, correct?
correct, because there's not a straight shot. The back door is gated in, and as I just said, I had just put 3 outside dogs out there. That wouldn't have been a direct path. The more direct path is out the front door to my vehicle.
You dropped your phone.
You have to answer out loud.
Oh, yes, I'm sorry.
And at this point, you did not call 911?
I didn't have my phone.
That's a good point. Did you try to flag anybody down?
No, I was, like I said, scared for my life. I'm just making sure I'm not getting followed. And I just went straight to my godmom's house.
Did you make any attempt to go to a police station and report it?
I was told by the bad mention that I should get legal representation before then, so that was legal.
But you just protected yourself from a home invader,
Correct.
and you need legal representation for that?
I felt that it was necessary.
Sure, that's all I have.
Any redirect?
Briefly, thank you. Mr. Guy, we've seen a lot of pictures of your room. It's obviously got a lot of clutter, is a nice way to put it. Would you describe Mr. Brian Veltrop, the landlord, as some kind of hoarder?
Yes, very much. I don't know if it was a hobby or, something of a session, or he kept a lot of knickknacks, tools, just stuff. And that's why upon me renting a room, he requested that, he let me know, he's like, hey, it's furnished, but there's things in the room. Like I said, seeing how reasonable the rent was, I had no problem with letting him keep his, suitcases and other little stuff in there.
So he rented you the room as is?
Yeah,
He didn't bother to clean it up. He told you, I'm gonna keep this stuff in here, but it's
pretty
your
much.
room.
Pretty much, he says your room. I don't need this stuff. It's not something that he needed let me come in, grab this type thing. And in the 6 months time that I was there, he never touched any of that stuff. It was just there. So, and as long as it wasn't in my area, which is the living quarter, I just I let it stay there because it was just suitcases and clothes and stuff.
Needless to say, that's not your ideal way of living.
No, it's not. It's not.
On cross-examination, there was a back and forth with you and Mr. McDowell where you said he shoved him into him. I think it's important for the record we get that cleared up. Who shoved who?
Mr. Hernandez shoved Leonardo backwards, and in that moment of them having their shoving match, it was at the same exact time that the warning shot went off.
At any point during the shoving match, did anybody else try to intervene?
No,
Did you hear anybody saying anything to you about leaving?
quite frankly, I think that they were amused. Nobody interjected, no one stepped up, no one said anything. So,
Did you see anybody else with a weapon?
none of mine.
Did anybody try, do you recall if anyone tried to disarm you?
I think, some person that was in the room was trying to, say something and stuff, but he never interjected, like, really. He just kind of like reached out, but he was just like making motions, and that's what kind of fearful too.
Were you fixated on Leonardo and Mr. Hernandez?
Correct.
You weren't paying too much attention to these other people?
No, I'm trying to make sure that this dude doesn't get around my roommate.
Did Leonardo being there give you the cushion to be able to draw your firearm and protect yourself?
Yes, and I truly believe that if Leonardo hadn't stepped in and had him at bay, that he would have probably drew his weapon way before I even was able to, do anything.
You were worried about being harmed?
Yeah, definitely. I'm afraid. I've just been woken up out of my sleep. I'm getting cussed at. I'm getting called names. I'm just trying to figure out, one, why are you so mad with me and you're in my space, in my habitation? I'm literally telling you numerous times to leave, and you're cussing, yelling at me. And my main focus was for him not to prevail on his threats towards me, or saying he was going to kill me, things that he was saying he was going to do to me.
Nothing further, thank you.
All right, anything further, Mr. McDowell?
No,
All right, Mr. Ross, you can call your next witness.
I have no further witnesses.
All right, state have any witnesses?
Judge, before the state calls witnesses, state requests a ruling on whether the defense is established during a fishing case.
I'm sorry.
All right, y'all. That was his testimony. What do y'all think? What do you think of his testimony? What do you guys think of his testimony? I think it's self-defense too. I really do. Because if somebody wakes you up, there's 3 dogs there, and this person's right there in your space. 4 o'clock in the morning wakes you up, and they there, and okay, first of all, the toxology doctor says that person had meth in his system, and he was drunk. He's in your space. He doesn't live there. You don't know him. You wake up and this person is inside your room. He's inside your room. And Georgia, stand your ground. There's no duty. Yeah, that's what his attorney said. That he had, y'all want to hear what the closing arguments are? Y'all want to hear the closing arguments? right, let me finish playing the other part since y'all want to know. Hold on, let me. Hold on. Yep. Hold on a second. Well, let's go see what the judge says. I didn't download the attorney's part yet. You know, I cut everything in snippets.
All right. Had an opportunity to look at the exhibits, consider the evidence that has been presented thus far. And as I indicated before I left on before the break, I believe the court needs additional evidence to rule on defendant's immunity motion. Having said that, I understand that the defendant has filed notice of intent to offer hearsay evidence under 24-807 and has specifically indicated that that evidence would be used in the context of his immunity motion to show he was acting in self-defense of his person and property. That evidence is evidence that I believe may or may not assist the court in making a final ruling on the immunity motion. However, as I indicated before we got to the immunity motion, but as we were discussing the 807 motion, this court, in order to rule on the use of the 807 hearsay, would need to be able to determine whether the witness is available or unavailable. I have heard proffers from both sides, which are proffers.
Hold on. Kim, it's not me finding these crazy cases. It's the people finding these crazy cases. It's not me. It's not me. It's the people. It's y'all guys finding these cases. Y'all be like, so wait till I talk to the judge. You're going to hear me talk to the judge. You guys are the one who's finding these cases for me. And y'all contacted me and telling me, hey, Miss Sylvie, check this one out. And it ain't me.
But it does not help the court in determining the necessary prongs that the court has to consider and find in order to rule on the 807 hearsay motion. Having said that, I'm going to take the 807 motion under advisement.
Okay, I got to explain something to you. The 807, let me go tell y'all what 807. It says 24807, right? It's the residual exception to the hearsay rule, allowing evidence not covered by a specific exception to be admitted if it has equivalent circumstantial guarantee of worthiness. The court must find it is evidence of a material fact, more probative than other procurable evidence, and serve in the interest of justice. Okay, here it is. It says material and necessary. It must be evidence of a material fact more probative than other evidence reasonably available, right? Notice, requirement. The proponents must notify the adverse party in advance of trial or hearing, including the particulars of a statement and the name and address of the declarant. Okay, listen. What happened is there is a statement made by this guy that they're looking for. This guy said that Joshua was protecting his property. He was protecting his space, his dwelling, and this person is missing. Okay, this person has warrants out for his arrest for something else, and he is hiding somewhere allegedly, and he's not coming out. They want him because there is a statement. They interviewed him, and he gave an interview statement to the officers that was investigating the case. And since he's gone, they're trying to bring him in. So he has evidence to prove that he didn't do it out of malice. It's not malice murder, because he was trying to protect his property. Okay, he was protecting himself and his property. But this other person disappeared because he's in trouble for his own stuff, and he's not trying to be found. But he's an important witness to Joshua's case. And They do have his testimony hearsay, but they can't use it unless the judge make a ruling that they have to try to find him. They have to try all their diligence to try to find this guy. If they don't find him, that's when the judge is going to allow his testimony in. You get what I'm saying? His testimony in that, which is the recording of the interview. They're not going to let it in now because they want him to testify to it. Because the state is saying that the guy, when he was doing that testimony, he was drunk. He was not in his right mind. But the guy said the same thing in 2 different occasions. He said it twice. They got it in the video and also in the body cam and also the tape recording of the interview. He said it twice. So they're trying, the defense trying to get the evidence in so it could rule self-defense. It will show self-defense because the guy's basically saying that Joshua was protecting himself, protecting his own. All right, let me finish playing it.
And if either side would like to present additional evidence as to the availability or unavailability of the witness, and the veracity or truthfulness of any statement given by that witness, particularly based on the state's representation of the witness potentially being inebriated.
See, they say he was drunk.
I don't know if it does or does not affect the truthfulness of any statement. I have no idea without having additional evidence on that fact, and it may be the actual statement or it may be other evidence to substantiate one's position. Alcohol affects people in different ways.
Be happy.
Depending on many different factors.
Yes, that's who they looking
At this
for.
point, I don't know. I have no idea whether I can consider what is going to be offered under the hearsay exception as being reliable or not without some additional evidence. So the reliability prong and the availability prong both require this court to have additional evidence before I can rule. And that's just based on the presentations of both sides this morning. So because I'm taking the 807 motion under advisement, I'm going to have to suspend the immunity motion because Mr. Ross has asked to have the 807 evidence considered in conjunction with the immunity motion. I can't rule on the hearsay. Does either side have any questions for me before I
Judge,
adjourn this for the day?
no questions. I completely understand. The state would like to offer a potential solution Because, in the interest of fairness, to the defendant, if this case were set, at least for a status hearing in May or June, to give both sides additional time to find the proponent of the hearsay, I think that would be wonderful for both of us to have. That way, it's not hearsay anymore, it's testimony from the witness. The fact of the matter is, whether he's officially available or unavailable at this point, we don't know where he is. So I have no problem. I don't want to force the court's hand to make a ruling. I want everything to be fair, and I think a couple more months of both of us looking, CCPD looking, as well as the strength of the DA's office, I think gives them a shot to be able to introduce that evidence in a legal way.
Mr. Ross?
My initial thoughts are you asking for us to file any briefs related to the, okay,
No.
okay.
It's not the law that I need, it's the evidence. And
And you'd like us to do some more investigation about Mr. Wilkins?
correct. He may actually be unavailable. I don't know. But he may just be someplace and nobody's actually looked for him.
Might be 15 minutes down the road, I don't know.
He might be. And if he is 15 minutes down the road, then he's not unavailable, which means we wouldn't be dealing with hearsay. We'd be dealing with testimony.
Exactly. She's right.
I don't know. I mean, so
The
I
judge
want to
is
make
right.
sure that we can get this guy, obviously. I mean,
They're acting like they can't find the guy. No, the state know they could find that guy if they want to. It's just that the guy's not going to help their testimony, their side.
This case has been going. I've had this case since October of 2023. I don't necessarily want to.
Number 2.
And it's an old case. It's been delayed a couple times. Sometimes the court was unavailable and had to reschedule. Sometimes we had some further investigation to do. There was a time where Leo did pop up, and we thought we were going to be able to track him down, only for him to vanish again. So, we're in March. I don't think it would be such a bad idea to come back in 60 days. I don't want to set this thing off necessarily.
Okay, y'all want to hear when the judge talking to me? Hold on a second. We're gonna put it right here. I think this is when the judge talking to me.
That we would yet need another day
Hold on.
if I.
Judge,
Yes.
one more thing. I had also scheduled today was a bond motion to be heard at the conclusion of the immunity motion. Oh, sorry. I had filed a bond motion that had been scheduled today to be heard at the conclusion of the immunity motion. My plan was for the court to hear all the evidence, make a ruling. Maybe the motion would then become moot at that point. Granted, it bond to necessarily make. I don't know if that's something the court wants to entertain today or entertain it after the court's been able to hear everything and make a more fully informed decision. I'll leave it up for I'm prepared to go forward today, but I just want to bring that to the attention of the court that that was also on the calendar for Mr. Guy.
Yes, I do know that you have your second motion for bond scheduled for today, which you were assuming it would be after the court ruled on the immunity motion.
Correct.
I would be better prepared to address the issue of bond after a ruling on the immunity motion.
Sure. Would we be able to just set it for that May 8th date also? Just so we don't lose track of it, or?
We can set it for that date, but herein lies the issue. We're not doing a full hearing on May 8th, so I still won't be able to address it. But if it's on the calendar, then it means we don't forget about it.
That's kind of all I want.
Okay. As long as it's understood that if he's located and we actually have to set this down for additional
Right.
evidence, then I won't be able to rule.
Right. I think,
Judge, I will say on that, if it has to be set down for additional evidence, the witnesses I'm calling are extremely responsive, very available. So I don't think it would be an issue getting them on short notice either.
so if I understand, the court is deferring on the bond motion at the moment
I am.
until we've concluded the immunity.
Yes, I'm suspending the immunity. I am taking 807 under advisement and continuing
Mhm.
the bond motion.
I just want some clarity.
Yep.
That's all.
Yeah, no, that's fine, because if I ever have to go back to the record, I can know
Absolutely.
exactly what happened. So 9:30, May 8th, we'll do a status hearing regarding availability of Mr. Wilkins. And I think to keep everybody honest in this situation, there would have to be an understanding that after the 8th, if the witness is truly unavailable, there aren't efforts that are gonna get continued and then all of a sudden he appears for testimony. It's either possible or he's not.
You see how he's crying, y'all? Josh is crying. You see him wiping his eyes
Quite
with tears?
frankly, I can see scenarios where it would be helpful for both sides to either have him or not.
See, he's wiping his eyes. He's crying.
Anything else?
Judge, the only thing that we need to address today is, no one was available to write the order for the.
Now they're talking to me
I'll
now.
do that myself at this moment. Do you want me to do that before, Tumasimi, and I apologize for the pronunciation, leaves, or would you like me to do it and you sign it and we can email it to her? How would you like me to do that? I'm happy to do it right now, it's just gonna take.
Ms. Tuasimi, come forward for me for a minute.
Okay.
The judge called me up. I'm going up there now, y'all.
And I'm just gonna remind you, you're still under oath, okay?
Yes.
What is your understanding of the court's order?
Court's order for me not to publish any exhibits, and if I am going to publish anything, make sure I do it like it's written, not just roll it out altogether. None of the exhibits.
None of the exhibits,
And no faces of any witnesses.
no witness faces, and that you're going to, you're reporting.
Got a question?
Yes.
Is the expert is considered your face? I thought it was just the family.
I think we did talk about the family.
Was it just the family?
I think that's what.
That was my understanding.
I apologize.
Yeah, Mr. McDowell's motion was about the family.
That's me talking, y'all.
So yeah, no publishing, we didn't have any families members testify. I just want to be clear, you're reporting what occurred. If you are going to publish any video, there will be snippets, and it's not like you can do part 1, part 2, part 3. It's literally the snippet of, I don't know, maybe the doctor testifying while you're discussing whatever you thought was relevant about that. And I think both attorneys have made statements, which is not evidence.
I do have a question.
Yes,
Can I ask?
sure.
If that person you're looking for contacted me. Is that,
Judge, we just have an entirely brand new issue.
That was the state said, Judge, we just have a new issue. That's because I asked if the person contacted me, the person they're looking for, if that person contacted me, and then that's when the state said, Judge, that's a new issue.
I mean, I certainly would want to know. I don't know if the parties want additional evidence on that.
Judge, I'm afraid she's made herself a witness.
Oh, Lord. He said, Judge, I'm afraid she just made herself a witness. I am not a witness. I don't know the guy, never seen the guy, so I cannot be a witness.
I don't know if she has, Judge. I think she said if that person contacts me. I don't think she said that that person has contacted her.
And if she made herself a witness, would it just be, and this we don't know, but would it just be regarding whether or not this person is available? Or
At this point, I
if there's
want,
potentially information that might be used as impeachment testimony later,
I want to choose my words
or corroboration,
carefully.
sorry.
Maybe I misunderstood what was heard. I'm requesting now that the court act as a court of inquiry to determine if she knows the whereabouts of Leonardo.
Now he gonna have to ask the judge to ask me, voir dire me, to see if I know where the guy is. I don't even know the guy.
I'm happy to do that.
I don't see any reason you can't voir dire her on that.
Okay, all right. So you are still under oath. And you can tell me, Ms. Tuasimi, that's what I thought it was, Ms. Tuasimi, if that person contacted you, well, let me just ask this. You heard testimony today about a witness that both sides have indicated has been unavailable, correct?
yes,
And you believe that person to be whom?
Mr. Wilkins?
Mr. Wilkins. Have you been in contact with Mr. Wilkins at any time during your involvement with this case?
Well, a couple of days ago,
Talking that microphone.
a couple of days ago, someone contacted me and he was on the phone.
Okay.
So it was like a three-way calling type of thing,
Mhm.
and he was on the phone.
A couple days ago?
Yeah. I think it was, what's today's date? Today's Wednesday?
Today is the 12th, and it's
I think it was Monday evening.
of this week.
Uh-huh.
And that person reached out to you?
The person that had him on the phone contacted me,
Okay.
because I've been, doing the case.
Mhm.
They contacted me, and then
So let me ask you a question. The person who contacted you, do you know who that is?
Yes,
Who was that?
the person that was in court a few minutes ago.
Oh, the gentleman who had the phone?
Yes.
That went off?
Yes,
So that person contacted you because he had Mr. Wilkins on the line?
yes. I don't know where Mr. Wilkins is. I don't know who he is or anything like that. But
Do you know if the person who was in the courtroom has a phone number or some way of contacting Mr. Wilkins?
I'm assuming so. I don't know for a fact. I
Okay,
don't know if it was, because it was like 4 people on the phone
so that would be you, the gentleman that was in the courtroom?
and 2 other guys, 2 other persons. One was Mr. Wilkins and one was somebody else. So I don't know.
Do you know who the other person was?
Mm-mm.
Okay. Did you have a conversation with any of these individuals?
Mr. Wilkins, he's the one who says that he has a warrant out and that he's like in hiding or something like that.
Bless you. And did Mr. Wilkins inform you of whether or not, it's okay, of whether or not he knew about today's hearing?
I didn't ask.
Okay, and that's fine. What, if anything, did he say to you other than having
I
a warrant?
asked him, was he willing to give me an interview? And he said no.
So he didn't give you a statement?
No. But I knew it was the person I was looking for.
And the gentleman who was in the courtroom, do you know how he would have been in contact with Mr. Wilkins? Do you know the gentleman in the
I
courtroom?
know him from like different cases. He'll tell me, this case is going on. A lot of my subscribers reach out to me when there is a case going on, they want me to look at it. And he's just happened to be one of those subscribers that contact.
All right,
Because
so
my
he's not-
number's online, so whenever somebody comes up with a case, they'll contact me and say, Miss Sylvia, can you look at this case for me? And then I'll just go and check it out first online, and then I'll tell them yes or no. But they'll call me basically because my number's online for anybody to contact me.
So that gentleman is not somebody who works with you,
Oh, no. He's just somebody that just,
shows up sometimes.
Judge, I have a question, if I may.
Go right ahead.
Then, say you're only time speaking with Mr. Wilkins?
yeah, I have never talked to him. I've never-
You've never met him in person?
I don't
Don't
even
know what he looks like?
Ms. Tuasami took, I'm sorry.
No, I don't know what he looks like. I don't even know who he is.
How on the phone call were you able to verify his identity?
I wasn't able, he just said his name. And I
Said
heard
this is
that,
Leo?
somebody else said he was Leo. And then he's the one who told me that he's hiding. He said something about having some warrant for some traffic something.
Okay.
So I don't know anything.
Okay.
I was just wanting an interview and he didn't want to give me an interview, so that's all I wanted.
Did he give you any contact info in case he changed his mind?
No.
Do you have any way of contacting the gentleman that was in the courtroom earlier?
I could look for the phone number, but I have my other phone here. The other phone is in the car. I took it back to the car. But
So,
I have time, I
If
can
you were
look.
able to locate that number, would you be able to provide it to
Yes.
counsel?
Yes, both.
Will you give him a business card?
Yes.
Judge, at this point, I would like, if she could provide her contact information so she can be contacted by Detective Case to
It's
follow up.
probably on that, rule 22.
770-856-3091.
And if I get that other guy's number, I can give you that guy's number as well. Once I get my phone.
Okay.
So you're gonna be contacted by Detective Case and just give him any information that you can. He'll follow up appropriately. And Judge, we're gonna have to do our due diligence to kind of figure out how to move forward with the Rule 22 at this point. I think at this point, we just let it lie and see what type of information comes up on our end through further investigation.
But there was no interview.
Sorry.
as we know.
There was no interview, but there was contact. And that's not insignificant. I'm not saying she did anything wrong. I'm not saying anybody did anything wrong. I'm saying that sort of involvement is messy. But at this point, the state is asking the court to take no action. We just don't know at this point. And it might not need to be addressed further at all. And the order that you've already given her remains in place as it is. The state doesn't know at this point. This is new territory for me. I've never had a Rule 22 witness come forward having contact with a witness, both the state and the defense. Both.
I promise you, as an attorney who would go out to scenes, the first place I would always go was to the media, because people would talk to the media before they would talk to me.
That is true.
Thank you,
Sometimes
Judge.
I would get names from the news reports on the little byline
Thank you,
as
Judge.
potential witnesses because the police had not identified that person in their report.
Thank you, Judge.
So, again, this is not any different than your mainstream media.
Thank you, Judge.
Point taken, Judge.
She telling the truth, ain't she?
And I'm satisfied based on the representation that right now she wouldn't be a fact witness. She couldn't be a fact witness.
At this point, I would agree, Judge.
She has nothing, and what she does have was through a third party
Yes.
who then identified a fourth party who simply said a name, and there's really no way for her to verify or not
Thank you,
who
Judge.
this person was. she was
Absolutely,
speaking
Judge, I
to.
would agree.
That's gonna be up to the resources of the state.
Yes, Judge.
Thank you, Judge.
Whatever resources.
And whatever resources Mr. Ross has. And it might be that smile.
I'll give it a
Okay. All right, well.
They're not doing their job. That's, you know what it is, y'all? They're not doing their job. How can the person contact me and I don't even know him? You get what I'm saying, y'all? And the reason why I said something, because I'm sitting in the courtroom and these people talking about they looking for this man, and I'm like, okay, the man called me. Not directly, but they called me on Monday. I'm like, so how they looking for, how they can't find the man and the man contacted me? Does that make sense, y'all? The man contacted me, but y'all can't find him? Y'all got all these resources and y'all can't find a measly old man, or you're not trying to find him. Is that the case? You're not trying to find him because, oh, how come it just pop up on me? Only thing I did is have my phone number out there on the YouTube and social media. Exactly, Tori. They don't want to find him. Exactly. I could have not said anything. I just like, okay, they keep talking about this man here, but I just talked to the man, and the man even said they never reached out to him. So I'm like, what the heck? What are they talking about? You get what I'm saying? Exactly, Kim. Exactly. I was like, I was confused how they can't find this man, and this man reached out to me. There was two of them. Two of them was in the phone. Who's supposed to be part of this? I didn't go looking for these people number, y'all. I promise you. They contact me. I ain't have a phone number to give anybody. I ain't know nothing. Just like you see, I'm sitting here and we getting calls left and right. Y'all see what happens around here. I get calls left and right. Half of the time they be calling me from burner phones. I don't know these people. He tried to get me to be a witness. You hear that? She's a potential witness. How can I be a witness? I don't know anything.
That's certainly unusual, Judge. You're not.
That's why this job is never boring.
She said this job is never boring.
All right, well, if you would, I'm gonna get it right. Tumusini. It's Tumusini. If you would, get both of the attorney's cards, so that, or if you just want to leave it with, she'll be contacted by Detective Pace.
I think that it would be the best course of action for the state.
Okay. Well, then if you would, you've got Mr. Ross's card.
Yes.
And just let anybody know if you hear from this person again, and if you're able to get them information on the gentleman that was in court, because perhaps an interview with him might be enlightening. Okay? All right, and we're clear on my order?
Yes.
All right, okay. When we get it, I want to make sure I have an email address for you so we can email you a copy of the order.
Sparks 1560.
You write it on this Rule 22 request.
That's right, Tyler. They was trying to mess with me because let me tell you, Tyler, they went back to let me tell you, he went back this time all the way to R. Kelly case. They went and started talking to me about R. Kelly case. Before I started recording, because I had to get the approval to record first. I wish you would have approved me so y'all could see
All
what the
right,
guy had
thank
said.
you, thank you, yes. Anything else, Mr. McDowell?
Judge, I think that'll do it for the state today.
Mr. Ross, anything else?
No, not this time, Judge. Thank you very much.
Okay, and Mr. Guy? Is everything, I'm looking at him, he's got a sling, his arm in a sling. Everything's good, we don't need to take care of anything. Do you have any medical emergencies or anything today?
He did not, our understanding, so.
Oh yes, 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 yes. Success. Yes, I did. Yes, I showed her I went and showed her this. Hold on. I showed the judge this, y'all. Hold on, let me show you what I showed the judge. Hold on. I wasn't playing. I was not playing. I showed her this. Look, bam. I gave a copy to her, gave a copy to the defense, I gave a copy to the prosecutor. Sure did. And then the prosecutor, when he got this, he went and says, Judge, I was going to talk about the case that she did with R. Kelly case. She was arrested. I was like, what? I was like, he's gonna talk about. I was like, wait a minute, that stuff was thrown out. It's old. I said, since then I've gotten Rule 22. I've gotten my New York press pass. I showed it to the judge. I was like, wait a minute. I was like, wait a minute. How y'all gonna call? Oh my God, y'all! They keep calling me out. They keep bringing out my past. They won't let my past rest. They will not let my past rest. You know, I mean, every time I turn around, my past keep following me. That's what the devil do. He keep bringing up your past. God has forgiven you, thrown it into sea of forgetfulness, but they keep bringing up my past. I'm laughing because y'all, that that case was thrown out. You know what I mean? Oh, that case, yes. Thank you, SSS. SSS did that thing, y'all, for me. She did that thing. Look at, she did that thing. But look, they keep bringing up my past every time. Keep going in front of the judge to bring up my past. And the judge did that. She says, is this all after the arrest? I said, yes, Your Honor. Yes. I said, if Mr. McDowell would have checked, he would have found out that it was expunged, and it's no longer. What he did? He Googled me. He even found out. Look, he even found out that I Wait a minute. Hold on, Kim. Hold on. He even found out that I was getting the what do you call that thing? The Fair Act. What is that thing? FOIA. He even called out I was getting FOIA requests and I was playing it on my channel. I was like, man, he's such a tattletale. I was like, God, he's just being a tattletale. And I was like, oh my goodness, what is that? And it had nothing to do with my Rule 22. A FOIA request ain't got nothing to do with my Rule 22. What that got to do with it? They ain't got nothing to do with that. That's tomato and potato. Nothing have to do with each other. You know what? I was like, Lord, y'all, if it ain't this one, it's that one. If it ain't, but you know what? Let me tell you something. I really found out this is where I'm supposed to be. Even in the days I get upset and just, I feel so good being inside those courtrooms, listening and watching, and I feel like this is my space. Y'all know when y'all know that's where you're supposed to be, right? Y'all know. You know where your gifting is. You know what you know how to do well. And you know your space. That's my forte, y'all. And you ever notice they don't want me in the courtroom. They never want me in the courtroom. Yes, I am where God wants me. Yep, definitely. I know for it. I know that I'm where God wants me at. I know where, I mean, when I tell you guys, I feel it in my bones. Everything else around me, it feels so right. I feel so like this is me. This is where I'm supposed to be. And I like today, I was the only one in the courtroom spectating, you know, throughout the whole thing. In fact, the judge saw me yesterday. I was in there with her yesterday. That's my space. That's me. Kim's still trying to get me the dirt. Kim, it's all the way in California, Kim. It's all the way in California. It's California. Even she seats. Remember this morning? You know, I hate traffic. That's my pet peeve. But when I'm going to the courthouse and trying to cover these cases, I get upset with the traffic, but I don't even mind driving that drive when I'm going to the courthouse. You see, I get up early in the morning. I'm there on time. Each time. I'm never late. You get what I mean? It's like, yeah, anybody that knows who knows your gifting, you know what I mean by that. Does Josh have any family to show up for him? He only has his sister and his son, and they weren't there. No, he doesn't have family like that. But I wish 2 Chainz would come in and step in for him, and but I don't know. I had 4,000 views on my X this morning when I posted it. That's pretty much a large view. So and I didn't even put hashtag on it, and I got 4,000 views. Sorry, y'all. I'm sorry for yawning. And then remember, next week, y'all, I'll be with Mr. Steele next Tuesday. The judge staff attorney contacted me, and she told me she wanted me to come in early so I can get set up. They told me to bring both my phone and my camera. They just and you know, it's like some places they give me a hard time. Some places they're just so wonderful to me. Like when I went down to New Brunswick, those people was just the bomb with me. Remember how they treated me so well? When I went to you know, there's a lot of cases we didn't put on there. C sheet, not C sheets. SS. There's a lot of cases. I forgot. I had that Chester the molester guy case down in what was that county? Griffin. Remember the one in Griffin? I went to one in Griffin. I had a couple of cases in South Georgia that I did. I've done a lot of cases, y'all. That's just some of them. That's just a small number. Let's look at this. See, these are the ones, the high profile ones that I put in here. Look. Y'all see that? Yep. So this is my little credential. This is my little CV for my cases, high profile cases. That is, I don't do. You keep adding on case, we'll need to be. No, we'll just stick with what we got here. I just never. I keep remembering that I didn't give you this one, didn't give you that one. There's a lot of them that's still missing on here. I'm glad I was a YSL junkie, or I may not have never found you. Oh, Miss Torres. I'm glad you found me too. Oh, C sheets. I have more. I have more cases. And then I got some that's coming up. Well, boots on the ground. It's a sign. What's a sign? You know, Kim is getting on my nerves. She's talking about it's a sign. Dirk Trial needs you. Wait, hold up. Listen, Kim. Listen. Dirk Trial is all the way in California. It's all the way in California, y'all. I'm not ready for the West Coast like that. I have to have some money. I need to go do a GoFundMe to get to California and stuff like that, because California is too expensive for me. Okay, I'm just gonna tell you that right now. It's a little bit too steep for me. See, in the East Side, I got so many family. Now, if it was in Vegas, I would go because my sister lives in Vegas. She has a house in Vegas, and if it was in Arizona, I'd go because she has another house in Arizona. But the other places, I don't know. I should call my cousin Eva in California and see if she let me hang out with her to do a case. I don't even know where she's at. You know what? I need to contact my cousin. I should contact my cousin Eva and see. Hey Eve, can I come and stay with you? I think she's in she might not be nowhere close to where I want to go. Where's Lil Durk? In Los Angeles? If it's in Los Angeles, no, I ain't got nobody in Los Angeles. Nope. Not in Los Angeles. I think she's in San Diego. Kim, where is it at? Los Angeles? You don't even know? How you gonna tell me you don't even $25,000 GoFundMe, you're worth it. You can get it in time. You think so? Look, Tasha K going for 3.5 million. Let's see what Tasha K GoFundMe is at right now. Look, let's go look at Tasha K. Let's go look at Tasha K GoFundMe page. Let's see what hers look like. Oh wow, y'all! Look what she raised already. Almost $10,000, y'all. Look. Look at this, y'all. Look. Whoa, she's almost at $10,000. You see that? You see that, y'all? Kim, thank you, Kim. Look, you see that? She's almost at $10,000. And people talking bad about it, too. Yes, face of a mustard seed. Yeah, they went from $2,500 to 5,000. Now y'all now now y'all at 25,000 C sheets. Y'all, oh my lord. Oh, I know God's gonna work everything out for me. I know He's gonna work it out, y'all. He's gonna work it out. He's gonna work it out. But she really gonna look. She really thinks she's gonna get $3.5 million. Tasha K really thinks she's gonna get $3.5 million. They really gonna give it to her? Y'all think so? Isn't she friends with Nicki Minaj? Maybe Nicki would give it to her. Well, guys, yep. You can cover cases. Yeah. Yeah, I can cover cases for months, right? I wouldn't have to worry about it. I have my plane fare. Lounging in California probably cost that just alone. Gee. There was somebody who was supposed to be writing me a what's the name letter, a sponsorship. Who is that was supposed to be writing that letter? Where's she at? Did she disappear? Where the cupcakes? Cupcakes left me now. Where the cupcake people at? Y'all decided to desert me. Cupcakes. Did y'all desert me, cupcakes? Yeah. I'm gonna go to bed now. I can stop showing Tasha K's donation thing. Everything's going to work out. God got you. I know it, Miss Sylvia. You know what? See, I feel it too. I feel it. Where's Naughty Lynn? Naughty, where you at? You in the bed yet? Naughty Lynn, you in the bed? My girl, Naughty Lynn. You need an RV? Yes, I do need that RV. Yes, Naughty Lynn, that RV. That RV will work wonders. It will work wonders. We ain't got to worry about where we're going to stay. Get the RV going. Yeah. I was looking at a nice one. It costs $90,000 an RV. Where's those rich people that want to just give money away? Where they at? Want to be kind. All right. All right, guys. I don't have to get up early in the morning tomorrow because there's no court, but on the 17th, I got to show you guys. I got my Rule 22 signed. No issues whatsoever. They call me. And say, hey, Miss Sylvia, I got your Rule 22 available. Miss Sylvia. I got you. In other places, they just don't give me no respect. Let's see if my thing is inside of let's go see if they posted my stuff inside of the courthouse. Let's see, hold on. What happened today? Let's see if they posted it out there yet. Because they said they'll give me a copy of my Rule 22. Let's see, hold on. Hold on, y'all. Hold on. I had to yawn. Let's see. Let's see if Josh thing is on here for me to pull up. Oh, it's nothing there yet, y'all. Nothing there yet. Let's see if anything for Cecil. Oh, I can't wait till next week, y'all. I cannot wait to be around Mr. Steele and them. I am excited. I cannot wait. I cannot wait. Good night. Kim, what are you going to bed so early for? It ain't even your bedtime. It should be interesting. Mr. Steele is very busy, man. Yes, he is. He's a busy man. I'm going to text him tomorrow. I'm going to text Mr. Steele tomorrow. I should say, Mr. Steele, I would love to go to California to cover Lil Durk where you are. Can you make it happen for me? What do you think? Kim, what do you think? Kim, you still in here? Don't leave yet. What do you think, Kim? Think I should text Mr. Steele and say, Mr. Steele, I would love to go to cover Lil Durk. It's too far. Can you help a sister out? You never know if you don't ask, right? No, I was talking to Kim, California Kim. Kim, California Kim. Give it a shot. Hey, not even you want me to get my face chumped. I ain't got trying to get chumped. I need a sponsor letter, y'all, so I can start sending out to the rich people. I need to send it out to rich people who have I'm serious, Tall Glass. Tall Glass, I need to come out there and see you. But I'm gonna make sure when I take that trip over there to California, I make sure I see Tall Glass. Because Tall Glass been lying and said she come down to Georgia. She still ain't make it down here. I don't think Mr. Steele need attention. He get a lot of attention already. He a big shot. Mr. Steele get a lot of attention. Maybe this year. Lil Durk's trial is on in August 20th, right? Let me see what Lil Durk's trial is. It's federal. It's in Los Angeles, yep. August 20. Where's MDC? Yeah, he's in MDC. You know where MDC is, right? That's Chicago. He's being held at MDC right now. Oh, it's no, California MDC. I thought it was Chicago's MDC. Never mind. Uh-huh. Mm-hmm. He got superseding indictment too. Oh, he got 4 counts superseding indictment Thursday, October 17th. 6 defendants. What's his real name? What's Lil Durk's name? What's Lil Durk's name? What's Lil Durk's real name, y'all? Have I ever got a grant? No, I've never got a grant before. Could I? Yeah, I could. If I know how to write for a grant, I would. And I know they have money for what I do, but I just don't know how to go get it. How to go get it. His last name is Banks. What's Lil Durk's last name is Banks? What's his first name? What's Lil Durk's real name? I see Banks. They keep saying Banks, but I don't see his first name. I don't see his first name. I need to go Google what is Lil Durk's real name. Okay, his name is Dirk. Oh, his real name is Dirk. Oh my God. For real? Dirk Devontae Banks. I thought it was a joke. I didn't know his real name is Dirk. Oh, he adopted the new name Mustafa Abdul Malik. He converted to Islam. Oh, his name is Mustafa now, y'all. So what's the name on the case? Yeah, his name is Lil Durk on this thing. Durk. 19-page indictment. Did you guys ever read the indictment? We could read the indictment since Kim wants me to try to do this trial. This is his, we could read that another day. This is the indictment right here. The first superseding indictment. First one. Let's see what's the second superseding indictment. This must be the second one right here. This is the second superseding indictment right here. Drew Finley wrote this thing out here. There's another superseding indictment out here. Which one is this one? That's not the one I'm looking for. Not looking for that one. All right, y'all. We better go to bed now. Good night, Kim. No, she don't. We're gonna read this. What did you say about me not looking at the screen? That's because I got adrenaline running. Oh, thank you, Kim. All right, y'all. I'm about to go to bed. SS, you going to bed now? Good night, y'all. Good night. Good night, Miss Torres. Good night, Nadi. Good night, Kim. Good night, Success. Good night, Miss Torres. Good night, C Sheets. Good night, Tall Glass. I bet you Rosie sleep. Good night, everybody. Daddy, Kim. Good night, everybody. Good night. Good night.
Thank you for watching the infamous Sylvia channel, where laughter and fun make up our panel. Together we build this digital spree. We appreciate you and our growing family. With mods by our side and chat from
this online space. It's just you and me, we laugh until tears roll down like the rain. In this virtual world, you ease all my pains. We're family, not just a show. Every click and comment makes us grow. Minds in check, keeping the vibe so right. Together we shine like stars in the night. We cherish the moments, the highs and lows, from the latest gossip to stories untold. You're more than a viewer, you're part of the crew in this space of ours. It's all because of you. This digital world where emotion is shared, every post and reaction showing we care. The love is real in this virtual domain. With every sign, enjoys what we'll gain. We're a family, not just a show. Every click and comment makes us grow. Minds in check, keeping the vibe so right. Together we shine like stars in the night. We're a family, not just a show. Every click and comment makes us grow. Minds in check, keeping the vibe so right. Together we shine like stars in the night. This digital world where emotion is shared, every post and reaction showing we care. The love is real in this virtual domain. With every sign, enjoys what we'll gain. We're a family, not just a show. Every click and comment makes us grow. Minds in check, keeping the vibe so right. Together we shine like stars in the night.